Welcome everybody to the second and last part of this little website building series. So in the first video, I was out in the jungle actually showing you how the Wix editor works, how you can drop stuff, what different options there are. And I also built this little site while recording in just about 10 minutes. And it is very functional already and everything works. You have a gallery, you have a home page, you have a contact page. But I think today I really want to bring it to the next level and upgrade it visually and make it truly stunning. So let's just get started. Let's go back into the editor mode from preview. And the first thing I'm going to do here on the home page is just drop down the gallery so I can add a light box as a very first thing for people to see on the home page. Now I'm going to delete all of the stock graphics because I really just want it to be about the pictures. And also I'm going to go to manage the slides and duplicate this one 2 times, rename it slide 4, slide 5. And the reason for that is because I want to have my 5 very best pictures immediately visible to anybody who comes to the website. So of course I'm going to change the stock pictures to my actual very best photos. And after adding these pictures, let's just go into the preview mode and you can see immediately there's a very big slideshow visible that plays automatically or that I can play by myself. Now, what I'm also going to do is go back to the editor and I just want to bring this gallery a little bit closer. And actually a big thing I want to do here for this entire site is choose a background picture. I'm gonna go with a very warm picture right here, and I'm gonna go to the settings and just change the opacity of that background picture to around 40 because I don't want it to be overpowering or distracting from the actual pictures. I really just want it to be for the atmosphere and overall look. Then I'm just going to quickly grab this gallery and make it a little bit smaller so there's actually some bezels on the side and bring the background opacity to around 60% so it shimmers through and just works better with the overall site. So if I go to preview here, you can see in just about 3 minutes we've changed this whole homepage from functional but basic looking into something really beautiful. And I think we've got even some more time to customize this homepage. So what I'm going to do is again quickly go back to the editor and I want to add a welcome message. So before even anybody sees my homepage, they have a little pop-up which says welcome to my site, enter my site, and it just adds another layer of complexity to the site, which of course makes it look more professional. All up to you. Again, there's so many options and the great thing is you can just experiment. So you don't like it, then you can just go back and add something different. That's the really amazing thing about the Wix editor is that there are countless different options of different features and different looks and layouts, and you have the opportunity to see freely how they work and change them according to your liking. So first message, I think just welcome. Now I could make a description here, so let's actually do that. Landscape and travel photographer, and then I'm gonna go back to the actual settings of the text because I want to change the color to something, yeah, let's just go with white, very simple, very plain looking, but that's kind of my preference in terms of design. And I can change the look of this button. And you know what, there's so many different ones I could already choose, but let's just customize the one that I have here. So I'm going to go with the background color being more kind of a gray. And then I think the opacity should just be around 60%. I'm actually going to bring down this text a little bit. And then I want to add a background picture here. So let's go to design, add an image. And I want to go with something warm, really a landscape like this one shot during sunset. I'm just going to bring down the enter button a bit so I can also bring down the text to a place where it's more visible. And I think that looks absolutely beautiful. So let's just preview it and see how it actually looks when you enter the site. So you have this message and then you can just enter site, you can click away or just go to this little X. But as you can see, it adds an additional element to your site. And then afterwards, I have those best pictures in that slideshow. And if somebody wants to see some more of my best pictures, they can just scroll down to the gallery. Alright, I'm very happy with that homepage. Looks absolutely stunning in my opinion. And we did it in just about 5 minutes. So let's go to the Photos page and make sure we can also upgrade that in terms of the design. I'm going to go back to the editor again, change my background picture into something, of course, a different picture than on the first page, and also bring the settings to around maybe 40 opacity. And already it does a lot. I'm also going to make the gallery pictures just a little bit smaller so there's more space, and while holding down the control key, it actually remains a perfect square. Then let's just select all of this text together and move it around all at once, rather than just selecting everything by itself. And I just want to have some more space on the top. I'm going to show you in a second why I want to have that. But the great thing about Wix is that it has these align tools, so I can just make sure the center picture aligns, and then I can adjust the rest of these pictures accordingly. And I think that looks absolutely beautiful. Now just to realign the text to the pictures, and afterwards I'm going to add a title to this gallery. So I'm going to go to Add, Text, and go with a site title. And I just want to have it say galleries, and I want to change the color to a red. Let's go to the actual add color, just choose a very basic pure red. And I want to, of course, make that so it's in the center. Again, thanks to the auto align features, that's very simple to do. And I'm going to add a very last element to this site, which is going to be a shape, and it's going to be a themed dotted line. So let's just make that a little bit bigger. I'd love to have some space between the gallery and the actual pictures here. Then I'm just going to customize the design real quick of that line. Let's go with this one and choose the color red. So now the last thing I'm going to do for this page is just change the opacity of that white background element to around 60% so it actually shimmers through. Now let's preview the site, and as you can see here, in even less time we really managed to change it completely, and it matches wonderfully with the design on the home page as well. We've done our home page, our photos page. Now the last thing is going to be the contact page. And here, the first thing, of course, changing the background picture, but instead of going for a warm picture as I went for in the 2 previous pages, I actually kind of want to go for a cool and bluish picture, just like this one right here. I'm going to go to the settings and change that to around, maybe I could even go to 50% opacity, and then of course change the main part, which is going to be the contact page. Now let's spread that out a bit and actually make the text rather narrow, and that is so I have plenty of space for the picture. It just feels a lot more personal if you have a big picture on your contact page of yourself rather than having some kind of small photo somewhere in the corner. So let's just align that contact form as well, and of course make the picture a lot bigger. So then I can just right click, change image, because this is a sample picture, and now I can select a photo of myself. Now this is just a selfie in the mountains, but to me it's far more important to have an authentic picture rather than some professional studio shot. And I would recommend to have a picture of yourself in your working environment. So if you're a landscape photographer, have a picture of you in a landscape with your camera, even if that happens to be just a selfie. So let's just arrange that a little bit better, make sure it aligns with everything, and we also have some space towards the edges, and gonna do the same thing with the contact form. And then we have, of course, this white box again. I'm gonna change that to opacity to around 60%. And now we still have quite a big space in the bottom that's just completely empty. But what I think I'm going to do is just a little text box with my different social media links. Now let's add a text with a rather small font and just make sure it aligns with the rest of all of these elements here. And I of course want to stretch that out. I've already copied the text, so I'm just gonna paste it here. And what you can do very simply is just select your text that you want to be actually a link. Go to this little text settings, go to the link, and you can make sure it links to either one of your pages on your website, email, or to a document. But what I'm gonna do here is just web address, and I'm gonna make sure it opens in a new window and paste in my YouTube link. So now if I would click on it, it would just open a new tab or a new window with my YouTube page. Now I'm just gonna go and do that real quick for all of these websites, and I'm gonna be right back. And here we are. Now I think I'm gonna make this whole text just a little bit bigger so it fills out the space a bit more. That looks great, and honestly, that's all I'm gonna do for the contact page. So I actually think I'm done here. If I go back to the home page, you see we have our slideshow, of course our welcome message that we can enter the site, and some more pictures in the bottom here. Then going to the photos, we have a gallery page with all of my 3 galleries here, and the contact page with a picture, my social media links, and also some text about myself, as well as a contact form. And just to think that about 15 minutes ago, the website looked something like this. And I mean, everything worked, everything was functional, but compared to after, it looks just way more stunning. Now, keep in mind that my personal style and preference is to have a rather simplistic and very minimalistic look to my website. But with Wix, you could add so many more features than I did here. For example, you could add a store to sell your pictures or sell your prints. You could start a blog, you can have appointments for people to book your assignments, your photography shoots. It also allows you to do email marketing and have invoices, just a ton of features. But I didn't want to make this video an hour long, and personally, I really love the simplistic and very minimalistic design. So I hope you've enjoyed the last part of this little website building series. If you want to build your own website, which you should absolutely do, then check out the link in the video description below. And by using that link, it actually allows you to build a website free forever. So it's not like a 2-week trial or anything. You can build it for free and you can publish it and have your own professional website free forever. And then if you decide to upgrade, then you can do that very simply as well. So check out the link in the video description below and build your own free website today. Oh, and if you didn't catch the first part, check out the video right here. It's pretty cool, just me building a website out in the jungle.